What's up guys, it's Brandon Childs, and today we're going to be going over an exercise called the Anti-Rotation Press. Now like the name implies, this is going to focus on training your body how to engage and remain neutral against lateral resistance, specifically how to engage your abs against lateral resistance to protect your spine and lower back. Now this is very important for athletes because in sports there's a lot of twisting and turning going on, and by having that strong anti-rotational stability, you're not only putting your body in a position to perform better, but also greatly reducing your chance of injury. So for example, in track and field, it's very important that they keep their core in a nice neutral position when they're running, because if they're twisting and turning, they're doing a lot of excess and wasted movements that's slowing them down. In other sports like tennis and baseball that has a lot more rotation involved, it's still important to have that strong anti-rotation stability to prevent the body from over-twisting and using the wrong muscles to brace through the end of the range of motion, which can lead to a lot of long-term spine injuries. For non-athletes, it's still important to have that anti-rotation stability because as we get older, obviously our bodies naturally get weaker, so it's important to teach your body how to engage the right muscles properly so that you're not overcompensating during your daily activities. So to set up for the anti-rotation press, all you'll need is either a cable machine or some bands, either or. For this, I'm going to be using a cable machine. Now the ideal way that I recommend doing it is in a kneeling position. This is because when you're kneeling, it focuses on using your hips with your abs more, whereas if you're standing, you can use your knees and your legs and your calves and those muscles down there to kind of compensate. We want to really focus on your abs and your hips for this one. So ideally, if you have some kind of cushion that you use for your knees, use that. Then, when it comes to lining up with the cable, you want to make sure that your shoulder is directly, maybe slightly in front, but lined up with where the cable is. So that way when you do bring it in, as you can see, I'm slightly in front of it, and there's a nice little angle right there for me to press forward. Now when you do bring this in, the other thing is you want to make sure that it's about chest height for the cable. You don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, because then that could lead to some other compensating that you don't want. So once you bring it in, you'll notice that all the weight is all the resistance is going to want to pull you over this knee. So really focus on making sure that you keep your hips directly in line with your knees. There's always going to be more pressure on this knee, but you just want to make sure that you're nice and lined up and you're not leaning too far over, because then you're going to be using this side of your body to compensate, and it's not going to really help you at all. So once you get nice and lined up, all you have to do from there is push straight forward, and the farther you get away from the body, the more you'll feel an engagement on, I'm doing the right side, so you'll feel it on the right side of your abs when you're in this direction. If you're facing the other way, obviously you'll feel it on the left side, but as you can see, the right side of my abs are contracting a lot more, and I'm also using a lot more of my glute to help stabilize the farther I get away from my body. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or requests, make sure you leave them in the comments so that I can continue to make content that'll bring out your ultra instinct.